So let's move on and listen to Mr. Ullas Kamath to talk on his experiences of professionalism. Yeah, please.
Good evening, friends. I'm here to listen to Professor Kavil, because if you want to hear him in ISB, it's very expensive. Here it is here you don't have to pay anything. You can sit next to him. And Renuka Namanathan, one of the finest investment banker country has produced, and one of the 50 powerful women in the country. So who misses that opportunity to share the dais with them? So my job here today to tell you that whatever you are discussing, most of them are irrelevant. Most of them are irrelevant. Every business, whether it's family or non-family, has the same problem. Only when it becomes a family problem, then it will be discussed in public and it will come in the newspaper. That's all the difference is. Whether it's a small family, whether it's a big family, every family has a problem. If they say there is no problem, then there is a problem. That is the problem. We say in Kannada, there is a saying that every dosa has holes. Big dosa, small dosa. If it is a dosa, there is a hole. If it is not there, then there is not dosa. That's uttappam. Correct? So this is the way how the family business is. Believe me, working with the family to do a business is the best thing what can happen ever, anybody, any point in time. It's the blissful place to work with the family as an outsider and get treated yourself as an insider. And that's the best place to be in. And people who have worked with the family business, only they can share what is that all about. Rest of the people can only write, read, and they can share others' experience. But working with the family is the mindset game. It's your mind should be very, very clear that I am working with the family. What is in it for me? What is in it for them? And why will I do? And why I don't do it? And that's all what it takes. Most of the family thinks that they can hire professionals. It's not easy to hire professionals. An intelligent person will not join a dumb family business. An intelligent professional will not join a dumb family business, wherein the son is a management trainee, come in E-class. He's a management trainee because he'll say that okay, my son has just joined the business, but he's like a management trainee. Treat him like a management trainee only, he'll tell everybody, but he comes in E-class, goes in E-class Mercedes-Benz. That's not the way how a professional work. So I've been given 12 minutes, 4 minutes to give my views, and next 8 minutes, 2 minutes into 4 questions, 8 minutes, I need to give the answers. So that's the way how they have told me how to speak. So it will be about 12 minutes. And we are in FMCG business, 12 plus 2 to ho sakta hai. You know, like it's all free business. If you take this, that is free. If you take that, something else will be free. So 12 might become 14 minutes. I can't do anything for that. So number one is that globally, every business has started from family only. At some point in time, it has become professionalization because they decided enough is enough, somebody else run for me. All the businesses will start from their own kith and kins, their own brothers' children, sisters' children, everybody. The reason is that is the cheapest labor available. That is the cheapest labor available. No CL, no DL, no PL, nothing. Come to the office, go back whenever I tell you. Come early, go late. That is the reason they hire their own people, not because of anything else. Most of the family members keep their relatives as watchdogs. If you think that they are there to do the work, you are mistaken. They are there only to watchdog. Who has come at what time, who has gone at what time, who is going where, who is buying what, which person is talking about whom where. Relatives are there to do that job. As long as a professional understands that, then he knows that he should not talk in front of them. So, as and when the family does well, the problems will come. There are questions that whether family is there because of the business or business is there because of the family. 100 out of 100 you can take it granted. Family is there if the business is doing well. If the business is not doing well, everybody says that my health is not okay, I get tension. You know, like nobody wants to sign liability contract. Nobody wants to give that personal property for, you know, like company's loan. As long as the business is doing well, everybody said, I'm also a part of it. Even my dreams, I think about this business only. So the business, if it is doing well, every family member wants to be a part of the family business. If the business is not doing well, no family member other than yourself who have started it, rest of the people will start going away from you. So problem comes if it is doing well. If it is doing well, if you want to professionalize, then it is difficult. If you are not doing well, if you want to professionalize, it's impossible. No professional will join you for a loss-making company with enough troubles. They always join a profit-making company and they want a part of it. Definitely they want a part of it. Today's cost of professional management, if my understanding and with my understanding of my friends like me who are working in many family managed organizations, it costs you 10% of your profit. Not easy to share. And family, when it comes to the children, everybody thinks that the children are useless. At least inside home they talk like that. Outside they say that he is the person who will take it to the next 10 generations. Inside home, in front of wife, we'll say that this fellow don't know anything about the value. He don't know value of the money. You know how we used to struggle? This fellow, what he knows about it. This is the way how they start talking when the child is born only. From then they start telling him that he is useless and useless and useless. He don't know anything about the money. He don't know value of the money. You only give him the money. He has done his OPM from Harvard. What is the use? He has done this AMP from Wharton's. What is the use? What is the use? Means there's no use in all those institutions. There's no use. People have come. Dropouts have done much better than the drop-ins. Correct? All over the world. People who have started from garage, they are much better than the people who have started from a multi-story building. This is the way how the business is. So the children, I'm telling you that please tell your children they are the best in the world. Inside the house also and outside the house also. At least he'll become better than yesterday. And you people always, family people, will always trust outsider than the insider. No. Because he's been working with me for the last 20 years. I know about him. Don't worry about it. They will not believe a child born to that family. They think that no, he doesn't know anything about the business. So business breaks because of this. The children think that my father don't have confidence in my ability to do. Then why should I work? I won't work. But as soon as they go outside the house, everybody says that he is so-and-so's son. He is the person who is the next MD of the company. Then they want to become the next MD of the company. So that's the confusion is created by us and not by the children. I give full marks to the children. And children are far superior than you. Children are far informed than you. Children knows the world much better than you. How many of you know the Google world? And they know the Google world. Before you say, you know what happened? They'll always say, no, it has not happened. So, professionalization has to start in your business from yesterday. Children had to take the leadership. Corporate governance, whether you have children, whether you don't have children, whether they are on the board, not on the board, still you can have a corporate governance. My advice, I always say that, best way to transform the business is by getting married to private equity. At the early stage, I'm not saying that Renuka Ramanathan is here or Subbu is there. It's just because that is the least cost transformation. They come in, they give you the money also, they sit in your board also, they teach you also, and they make their 10-15% 3 multiple. But they can't do only their 10-15% 3 multiple. Your remaining 85% also will become 3 multiple, maybe more than that. So in Jyoti, it is investment of 5,000 rupees in 1984. That is the only money what the promoter has brought in. and a wonderful product like Ujala fabric whitener, and Ayana Ujala Charbunda Wala. It is the one which whole country knows about it. And from there, when we were 80 crore company with 20 crore profit, we diluted 10% for 150 crore valuation, and Subbu invested 15 crore. And they realized when they invested 15 crore, I had an FD of 20 crore. When they invested 15 crore, we had an FD of 20 crore. The questions were asked that why did you raise the money? I said to make my FD 35 crore. So I have 20, you are 50. Now you sit on my board. And they wanted 1 seat, I gave them 2 seats. He and his friend, colleague Rahul Basin. That is transformation for us. When they sat on our board, when they start talking to us, when they start telling us what we should want, what we should do, they brought in E&Y, they brought in KPMG, they brought in the Amarchand Mangaldas, they brought in the best of the lawyers, best of the people, and everything was free. Everything was free. It's all private equity context. This is an entrepreneur-driven company that we should work like that. Then the second round, we went to Actis, we went to CLSA, and the third round, we went to ICICI London, I went to ICICI Toronto, everybody invested money, and then these are all the managers, somewhere we need to exit. So we gave them exit through public issue. So we became public by default. We became public because default, so 4 shareholders was replaced by 45,000 shareholders in a public issue. So you become public, then you are public. Once you are a public, then every quarter you get that. What is the number? What is the growth? What is the CAGR growth? And when public start asking, it is like somebody chasing you from behind. You keep running and running and running. Now, quarter on quarter you need to grow, year on year you need to grow. Then doesn't matter whether you're in a family business or a non-family business, somebody is chasing you. Everybody has to run. Whether you're a family member, no family member, everything is on a quarter on basis. Today we are on a weekly basis number. We release ours internally, we release the numbers on every Saturday. Internally to see whether we are on track. Who has the time to talk to the family here? Which family has the time to talk on a weekly numbers? This is the way how the company can grow. Family, recruit them at an appropriate age. Before that, see whether they're interested in the business when they're 15, 16. There is a time you should involve them in the business discussion. If they have interest, send them good education. Whether in India, abroad, send them for good education. Thereafter, when they come back after education, 2 years, you send them to E&Y, KPMG, PwC. 2 years if they work, rest of their life they don't have to work. That is the way how they get the work done from people. E&Y, PwC, KPMG, all my friends are here. 8 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock they'll leave you in the night. By the time they come home, no time, they sleep. No discussion only. Again get up, go to E&Y. And we made all our children to work in such kind of big offices. They're extremely happy. After 2 years, when they come to the office as a management trainee, make sure they report to the professionals. Make sure they go from a management trainee to the middle of management to the management over a period of 10 years. Appropriate age to run a company is around 40 in Indian context, so that you can take it to the next generation. Because here people get married early, so they'll have children early. So you can only pass on when they are 40s, and then 25 years they run. So in Jyoti's context, this is what exactly what you have done, and there is no magic other than this. It's private equity, public, then acquisition, then inorganic growth, then the merger, then bring in the management team, a fantastic management team. To acquire Henkel, I took 2 months to acquire Henkel, paying 785 crore. To get the new CEO for Jyoti, Mr. Raghunandan, one of the finest CEO whom we can find in the country, one of the finest CEO in FMCG, Raghunandan, who is heading our company now as a CEO, he took 9 months to say yes. Can you imagine? He took 9 months to say yes. Ullas, I'll get back to you. Ullas, I'll get back to you. Sir, say no, sir. I'll tell you tomorrow. I'll tell you next week. The quality people, if you want, they take the time. And you must be thinking that we'll be doing the interview to hire Raghunandan. Actually, he was interviewing me. He's interviewing my MD. He's interviewing MD's family. He had 100 questions that we should answer, and he will say, I'll tell you. That is the quality. Then once they join, you have seen the result in the last 24 months. You understand? That is, you should have that large heart. I always tell the family-driven companies, don't worry who built the company. It's your company only. It's your company only. Everybody says, every child says that who built Taj Mahal? Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal, they're right. Whether Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal, some contractor will have built the Taj Mahal. Correct? And Suresh will say his vision or mission or whatever the statement, doesn't matter. It is Taj Mahal is built by Shah Jahan. So family business is like Shah Jahan. Just sit. Let anybody build. You own it. For a professional, I tell them that you are a tenant, enjoy the property. Property is owned by the owner. That is the family. Doesn't make any difference. Only the property papers makes a difference. How does it matter who owns it, Hayat, as long as you stay in the hotel? Correct? It is as simple as that. Temple and the priest. I say that the family managed business is like a temple. Professionals like us, we are like priests. People will give us the respect to see the God, not to see us. But we'll get carried away. Oh, there people are coming, like I can, no, nothing. The moment some other priest comes, the respect will go to him. They come there to see the God. That's the family managed business. So it is very easy to run. It's a beautiful to work with the children. If you can't manage your own children, take it from me, you cannot manage your business also. I'm talking from simple common sense. You can't manage your children whom you have seen for the last 25 years, and you are trying to say that I'll manage a professional whom you don't know at all. Is it possible? Impossible. Professionals are the people, if they get hurt, they send email that I will move on. They'll send you on a Friday night so they can go to the pub. They'll move on from Monday onwards. Whether children can do that? They cry in front of the mother. That father scolded me in front of 10 people when it was not required. They can't put in the papers. They will never put in the papers. They only cry in front of the mother. And they say that father should not have told like this. And it is the stupidity of the parents who does such things in the office places, wherein children will lose out on the interest on a long-term basis. Whether the second generation, third generation, fourth generation, it's all in your hands. You need to encourage your own children. You need to trust your own people's capability. Skill can be imparted in anybody's brains as long as they're interested in doing that. And that's my advice to all of you, that trust your children, children will do better, and running a family business is very, very easy. And be an insider, be an outsider, and don't think that the professionals are lined up in a queue to join your company. No, unless, as Renuka Ramanathan said, that you need to give them the freedom, you need to give them the canvas, big canvas to paint, and then only they'll come and join. And when they join, they transform the business. And again, mindset-wise, I say that a family managed business is like a train. We are the drivers. People come in, people get out. Some people take the ticket to go from Chennai to Delhi. If they're not happy, they get down halfway. It doesn't mean that a train will wait for them, and train should not wait for them. Many will come, many will go, and never even worry about it. Good people will come, bad people will go, bad people will come, good people will go. This is like a train. Don't worry about it. Keep going towards your destination. Because there is one other stop, a nice person will come inside. A good person has gone, don't stop the train. Oh, he has left, now what will happen? Nothing will happen. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And that is family managed business. Wonderful to work with. And all of you represent families and the businesses. Encourage your children. Give them an opportunity to prove that they are better than you. And in public, in private, admire them and encourage them and give the confidence in them, and they'll never make mistake. As if you have not made mistake. You have made blunders. You only don't tell anything. Everybody have done blunders. But children, if they make a mistake, useless fellow. That's what they tell at home. And never make dining table as a boardroom. Never discuss in front of the family about your children. And never have your wife as a spokesperson for children. So that you tell him to do tell, and she will tell him to tell this. Never do that. Simple. And in our office, we are very, very clear. All the family members are there. They're doing extremely well. They're all professionals. They do extremely good job. And poor people, our family members in our company, they work non-stop, 12 hours every day, and they don't take any leave because the pressure on them is so much to prove. And we have taken from 0 to 1,500 crore, and 1,500 crore, for them to take 3,000 crore, I know that is more difficult. Percentage-wise, it is just doubling the turnover. But 1,500 crore to 3,000 crore is a Herculean task for the next generation. So we should appreciate such things, and we should appreciate the talent in everybody's children, because your children, they will have your DNA. So you need to respect that.